Welcome to Global Sky Update. Please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for more updates. Why are there not more people talking about the incredible origins of the Philippines? Imagine a place born from the fury of the earth, a string of over 7,000 islands scattered across the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean. Each island, a testament to the planet's raw power and beauty, stands as a unique piece of a grand puzzle.
This is the Philippines, a nation forged in fire and shaped by water. Its landscapes are a vivid tapestry woven by nature's most dramatic forces. Its story begins with immense geological forces, volcanoes erupting, land rising from the sea, and the islands forming on the restless ring of fire. This fiery ring is a cradle of creation, where the Earth's crust is constantly being reshaped.
These origins gave the Philippines its breathtaking landscapes, towering mountains, lush rainforests, and endless coastlines that stretch as far as the eye can see. Each feature tells a story of its own, a chapter in the epic saga of this land.
Positioned at Asia's crossroads, the islands became a natural meeting point for traders and explorers. Here, cultures collided and blended, creating a rich tapestry of human history.
Long before it had a name, the Philippines was a melting pot of cultures. Diverse peoples brought their traditions, languages, and beliefs, enriching the archipelago's cultural landscape. The forests are home to creatures found nowhere else, like the tiny tarsier and the majestic Philippine eagle. These unique species are symbols of the island's rich biodiversity.
Volcanic soil and tropical climate made the land abundant, attracting merchants and setting the stage for a rich history of trade. The fertile earth supported thriving communities and bustling markets.
This archipelago was a blank canvas, its isolation allowing unique cultures to develop, yet its strategic position ensured it would never remain isolated for long. It was a place of both solitude and connection.
From fiery volcanoes to tranquil shores, the land itself was a character in the grand drama of the Philippines. It shaped the lives of its people, influencing their stories and destinies. It was a stage set for epic journeys and quiet revolutions, a story of a people as resilient as the islands they call home. Their spirit, like the land, is unyielding and full of life. Long before history was written, before any stories were recorded, the first humans made their way to the Philippines. These early pioneers braved unknown waters and wild landscapes, venturing into a world untouched by human hands. Their arrival marked the beginning of a remarkable chapter in the island's story.
In Palawan, the fossilized remains of Taban man reveal that people lived here tens of thousands of years ago, long before the rise of great civilizations elsewhere. These ancient bones, carefully unearthed by archaeologists, offer a glimpse into the distant past and the resilience of early humans who called these caves home.
Back then, during the last ice age, lower sea levels may have connected the islands to mainland Asia. Vast land bridges stretched across what are now seas, allowing early humans and animals to walk across, exploring new territories and settling in new lands. These first inhabitants were skilled hunter-gatherers, moving in small, close-knit groups. They survived by foraging in lush forests, fishing in rivers and along the coast, and gathering shellfish by the shore. Their lives were shaped by the rhythms of nature and the resources they found. They crafted stone tools with remarkable ingenuity, learned the secrets of the forests, and adapted to every challenge their environment presented. Their knowledge and skills allowed them to thrive in a land both beautiful and wild.
Then, around 4,000 years ago, a new wave of people arrived, the Austronesians, legendary masters of the sea. Guided by the stars and the winds, they undertook epic voyages across vast stretches of open ocean, bringing with them new ways of life.
From Taiwan, they sailed in sturdy outrigger canoes, navigating treacherous waters with skill and courage. They brought new languages, vibrant cultures, and advanced technologies that would forever change the islands.
The Austronesians introduced farming, especially rice cultivation, and brought domesticated animals like pigs and chickens. These innovations transformed daily life, allowing people to settle in one place and build thriving communities.
Permanent settlements began to grow, populations expanded, and communities became more complex. Villages turned into bustling centers of activity, laying the foundations for the diverse cultures that flourish today.
These Austronesian migrants are the ancestors of most modern Filipinos, their legacy living on in the faces, traditions, and daily lives of people across the archipelago. Their languages, rich and diverse, still echo across the islands today, connecting the past to the present and shaping the Filipino identity.
As communities settled, a distinct way of life emerged, the barangay, named after the boats that brought their ancestors.
A barangay was a family, a clan, and a small government led by a datu, a respected elder and judge. Daily life was tied to land and sea. Men hunted and fished, women managed households and wove textiles. They were skilled potters and artisans, building houses on stilts and weaving abaca into beautiful cloth.
Trade flourished. Gold, pearls, and sea cucumbers were exchanged for porcelain, beads, and silk from distant lands.
Spirituality was central. Animism, with spirits in trees, rivers, and mountains, guided by babaylans, respected spiritual leaders.
These early societies were connected, creative, and deeply spiritual, laying the foundation for Filipino culture.
Their rituals and craftsmanship echo in Filipino traditions today. Their rituals and craftsmanship echo in Filipino traditions today. Their rituals and craftsmanship echo in Filipino traditions today.
As barangays grew, powerful datus united them into early kingdoms and chiefdoms, especially in coastal trading hubs.
The Kingdom of Tondo on the Pasig River Delta became a major center for trade with China and Southeast Asia.
The Laguna copperplate inscription from 900 AD reveals a society with law, writing, and social hierarchy.
In the Visayas, the Rajahnate of Cebu and the Kedatuan of Madjaas rose to prominence, their leaders adorned in silk and gold.
These societies had clear social classes, ruling Maguindanao, warrior Maharlika, commoner Timawa, and Alipin dependents.
Alipin were not slaves in the Western sense. They had rights and could buy their freedom.
These complex societies thrived long before Europeans arrived.
Their organization, wealth, and culture impressed even the first Spanish explorers.
The legacy of these early states endures in Filipino identity.
They set the stage for the Philippines' rich and resilient history.
The Philippines' position as a maritime crossroads brought waves of traders and new beliefs from India, China, and beyond. Hindu and Buddhist influences arrived through trade, seen in language, art, and the ancient script Baybayin. The Golden Tara of Agusan, a solid gold Buddhist statue, is a stunning relic of this era. Chinese merchants brought porcelain, silk, and new words like pansit and kuya, leaving a lasting mark on Filipino culture. Many Chinese settled, intermarried, and helped shape a vibrant Filipino-Chinese community.
By the 14th century, Islam arrived in the south, brought by Arab and Malay traders. The Sultanates of Sulu and Maguindanao became powerful, organized states, uniting communities under a new faith and law.
These new ideas and religions blended with local traditions, enriching the island's cultural tapestry.
In the 1500s, European powers raced to find new sea routes, bringing Ferdinand Magellan to the Philippines in 1521.
Magellan landed on Homonhon, then sailed to Cebu, where Raja Humabon saw an alliance as a strategic advantage. Humabon and his followers converted to Christianity, receiving the Santo Niño icon.
Reporting live from Mactan, April 27, 1521, Magellan leads his men to subdue Lapu-Lapu, who refuses Spanish rule. Lapu-Lapu's warriors, armed with native weapons, fiercely defend their island.
Magellan, overconfident, underestimated Lapu-Lapu's resolve. The Spanish, weighed down by armor, struggled in the shallows and were overwhelmed. Magellan was killed, a stunning defeat for the Europeans.
Lapu-Lapu becomes the first Filipino hero, a symbol of resistance.
The Battle of Mactan echoes through history as the first stand against foreign domination.
The Spanish would return, but the spirit of defiance was born.
The islands would never be the same. Magellan's death didn't end Spanish ambitions in the archipelago. In 1565, Miguel López de Legazpi arrived on Philippine shores, marking the beginning of nearly 3 centuries of Spanish rule that would reshape the islands forever. The Spanish were determined to establish a lasting presence, seeking both wealth and new lands for their empire.
Legazpi established the first permanent Spanish settlements in Cebu and later in Manila, skillfully using a mix of alliances with local chieftains and military force to expand Spanish control. These early encounters set the tone for the complex relationship between colonizers and the native population.
Breaking news, Manila falls to Legazpi, becoming the new colonial capital. The walled city of Intramuros rises, symbolizing Spanish authority and the start of a new era in Philippine history.
Spanish rule brought both the cross and the sword. Missionaries spread Christianity, converting much of the population while the military enforced colonial law and order. The church and state worked hand in hand to maintain control and reshape Filipino society.
The Spanish introduced new crops, the plow, and the famous Manila-Acapulco galleon trade, connecting the Philippines to the world. Manila became a vibrant global hub, where Asian, American, and European goods and cultures mixed, forever changing the island's economy and daily life.
But colonization came at a heavy cost. Filipinos were required to pay tribute, endure forced labor known as polo y servicios, and faced widespread oppression. Many families struggled under the burden of colonial demands and harsh new laws.
Revolts erupted across the islands as Filipinos resisted Spanish rule. From small village uprisings to larger regional revolts, the spirit of resistance never died, keeping hope alive for future generations.
The Spanish reorganized society, forcing people into compact towns centered around grand stone churches, a system called reducción. This changed traditional ways of life, bringing people together under closer watch and religious instruction.
Despite hardship, Filipinos adapted, blending their old customs with new Spanish influences. Markets bustled with goods from both worlds, and a unique Filipino identity began to emerge from this cultural fusion.
The colonial era transformed the islands, leaving behind grand churches, stone fortresses, and a new social order. These changes set the stage for the birth of a new national identity and the eventual struggle for independence.
Beneath the surface, the seeds of revolution were quietly taking root, as Filipinos dreamed of freedom and a nation of their own.
For centuries, Filipinos identified by region or ethnicity, not as a single nation. Spanish rule, despite its oppression, created a shared experience: one government, one religion, one struggle.
The 19th century brought change. The Suez Canal opened, and liberal ideas flowed into the Philippines. A new class, the Ilustrados, emerged. Educated Filipinos inspired by European thought.
Leaders like José Rizal and Marcelo H. del Pilar launched the propaganda movement, seeking reform and equality. Rizal's novels awakened patriotism and exposed colonial abuses.
When peaceful reform failed, Andres Bonifacio founded the Katipunan, calling for revolution. The Katipunan's discovery in 1896 sparked the Philippine Revolution. A nation, forged by shared struggle and the dream of freedom, was finally awakening. The Filipino story is an epic, shaped by nature, ancient seafarers, and vibrant early kingdoms.
Foreign traders and conquerors brought change, but Filipinos adapted, blending influences into a unique culture.
Spanish rule brought pain and progress, forging a new identity through shared struggle.
The spirit of Lapu-Lapu, the Ilustrados, and the Katipuneros lives on, a legacy of resilience and hope.
Through centuries of challenge, Filipinos found unity in diversity and strength in adversity.
Today, the nation's story is a mosaic of indigenous, Asian, and Western influences.
The journey continues, guided by the lessons of the past and the promise of the future.
This is the legacy and the promise of the Filipino people.